Drafting with Numot is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com and GatheringMagic.com. Explore the game.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of Drafting with Numot. Although this time, I thought I'd give you something a little bit different. We're not going to draft with Numot, we're going to do a two-player Legacy Cube Phantom Sealed. These events are quite fun. If you've never played Cube Draft before, well then you are in for a treat when you see what Cube Sealed is. So, Cube, of course, if you're going to draft it, is generally just a bunch of the most powerful cards put together in a draft format. For Legacy, these are just going to be the Legacy staples, so cards you would find in Legacy, cards that are legal in Legacy block. Or not Legacy block, rather, Legacy constructed. So first thing I normally do when I do these type of events, well, I look at my lands and I look at my multicolored cards and my colorless cards. Because the colorless, you know, if you have good ones, you can just put them into any deck. So Top I love, Ugin I love, Ulamog, don't love them so much, but sometimes if you have enough ramp or, well, like the sneak attack, you can definitely cheat them in. And generally I just go over each color looking at the number of powerful cards in each of them. I mean, already see Upheaval, Consecrated Sphinx, Tamiyo, Deep Analysis, Phyrexian Metamorph in blue. White to me didn't look very good. It has like a Day of Judgment, Ravages, and then some more aggressive but not very powerful effects. Black has Grave Titan, Massacre Worm, Necrotal, Ultimate Price, a lot of good value. Red has nothing much. Sneak Attack, some burn spells. In green, how much ramp do we get here? Arbor Elf, Treespeaker, Battlement, Cultivate. Not too shabby. We also have a Gaea's Cradle to note in the green with Avenger of Zendikar. That's pretty nice. And then our multicolored cards, not too impressive. So I think I'm going to go with like a blue-green ramp style deck, but I could definitely splash some things. Because of the amount of lands you get, it's very, very easy to build multicolored decks. Just look at all the lands we have, right? We have multiple fetches, and just a million two-color lands. So let's take a look at our blue here. I think our blue was by far our best color. It's got early interaction, and it's got late-game bombs. And, you know, to go along with all this card draw and stuff, I think the ramp is going to really solidify it. Although we might want to go into black. We'll take a look at that for sure. We would also get access to, like, Baleful Strix if we went blue-black. But blue-green is definitely one of my favorite archetypes in Cube in general, whether it be draft or, in this case, Cube Sealed. I think it's going to be very, very hard for me to get away from this type of deck. It's one of my favorites. We just have so many fun and powerful cards. Upheaval, Avenger, Craterhoof, Consecrated Sphinx, and then a lot of the nice ramp to allow us to get there. Cards like Wickerbow Elder are actually pretty decent in this format. Is there anything I would want to splash here? Because it looks like, let's see, we have blue-red lands, we have green-red lands, lots of green-red lands, more blue-red land. There's another blue-green for us too. We have black. So we could definitely splash something if we wanted to, whether it be red or black. I don't think anything in white is worth splashing for, and most of them are double-colored anyway. So we could splash like Crater's Claws. That doesn't seem very impressive. We could splash the Xenagos. That's also fine. It's almost like a quote-unquote free splash because of our lands. In black, the only card I would consider splashing is like the Ultimate Price or maybe the Baleful Strix. I wouldn't want to splash a double or triple black card. So, only looking at Xenagos and Crater's Claws here. I think Xenagos is such a quote-unquote, again, free splash that I think we can go ahead and just add him in here. Cutting maybe like the Forbidden Alchemy, which is good, don't get me wrong. We could add easily like Underground Sea and Temple of Malady just to get the random flashback value, but I don't think we need to do that. Any other lands? Is Gaea's Cradle good enough in this deck? Again, we do have the Avenger, which is quite nice. It is good with Xenagos, but I don't think we have the early game to really make the Gaea's Cradle worth it, and I think we already have enough ramp anyways that I don't really want to have awkward draws where Gaea's Cradle doesn't do anything. But it does have potential, again, with Upheaval and all these top-end cards. I could certainly see it doing a ton of work. What other lands? We have Hinterland Harbor, Yavimaya Coast. Yeah, we have Temple of Mystery too. Wow, we have 3 green-blue lands, which is really nice for us, which makes the splash of the Xenagos even easier. Okay, maybe I do add the temple, or rather the Gaea's Cradle. Let's sort by color. Pretty easy. In fact, man, maybe that's like I don't need to run the forest in this case. Wooded Foothills finds steam vents, Volcanic Island, and forest. Yeah, I don't think I need to run any mountains here, even though we do have cards that do find basic lands. I think we can get away without it. Because just with these lands alone, we have 4 red sources. I think that's more than plenty. I think we just want to add a lot of green sources now at this point, more than anything. So I need 9 more lands. We probably want to go at least 6 or 7 forests. If we go 3 blue, that gives us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, I think we need more green than blue, but it's close. We can easily go like this. I think our mana base is very, very good. It's possible I could just cut the forest and add the Karplusen. That would give me 5 sources of red land. That's not bad. Could definitely do that. And again, this format is so diverse. There are so many types of decks that you can build. I'm sure beyond this blue-green ramp deck that I have here, I could build, you know, some white-red aggressive deck of some sort, some black-red aggressive deck with Terminate and Falcon Wrath, etc., etc. A lot of this comes down to preference and the mana base that you open, but I love myself an Upheaval. I love myself some green fatties to ramp into. I think I'm going to ship it like this, and we'll bring it back for round 1. All right, here we are for the first game. Remember, these 2-player events. It's only 1 round, so best of 3. We are going to play first, and we are going to... Now, this is a little bit sketchy, because I don't have an untapped source, but it is pretty decent. So I can go Steam Vents into Hinterland Harbor, play the Joraga Treespeaker. This hand is very awkward. It's sort of like a mulligan to 5 because of the Upheaval and the Craterhoof, but I think it's a keeper. We just have to hope that our Treespeaker doesn't die. Alright, Island, that's fine. Alright, drawing another green source isn't awful. And I guess the nice thing about being able to play it on turn 2 is that he can't force spike it or something. Ooh, a mana leak too. So I can play a land, level the Treespeaker, and actually hold up mana leak. That's really good. And then next turn we can Acidic Slime one of his lands. Quite nice value here. Yeah. Looks like we'll be killing the forest next turn. Basalt Monolith, I think that's definitely worth countering. Not only is it ramping the opponent with Cura's Follower especially, but since we have Upheaval, we want to get rid of all of the cheap mana sources that the opponent could have. Alright, probably taking 2 damage, it's fine. Acidic Slime will come down. Nom Nom on a forest. Ooh, actually... Or is it better just to play out the Tamiyo at this point? It's definitely good to get the Planeswalkers online, but I think I'm going to go for the Acidic Slime on the forest here. Because if the opponent doesn't have another green source, then they're just stuck on blue. And Tamiyo tapping down forest doesn't do anything since Cura's Follower can already untap it. Alright, so it turns out he had another forest anyways. Which is fine. Ooh, Harrow. Wish I could have showed you my hand. That's not what I want to hear. But it's doing a little bit of ramp. Oh, he's a Wake Thrasher. So Wake Thrasher plus Basalt Monolith would have went infinite. No point in tapping down the Wake Thrasher when the opponent can just untap it with the Wake Thrasher, or with the Kyora's Follower. Let's see, I have 2, 4, 6, 7, potentially 8 mana. So I can just Upheaval, replay Joraga Treespeaker. I can't level it immediately, though, is the only problem, which is why I kind of want to wait another turn. I will happily block Wake Thrasher if the opponent wants to attack there. Clique's another nice one. So I think since the opponent doesn't do anything, we're just going to keep the Kyora's Follower tapped down and pass again. I could level up with the Treespeaker, but there's no point in doing that, really. Plus, we might be able to just win with the Vendilion Clique into Craterhoof. We're 1 mana off of being able to do that. Alright, well, the opponent didn't tap his lands at end of turn to give the Wake Thrasher any pump. So I'm just going to end of step Vendilion Clique here and see what he's got going on. Cryptic Command that he can't cast. So he has 5 cards that he can't cast currently. I don't think I'm going to take any of those, actually. They're way too slow. We're just going to hit no, and I think if we hit a land, we win. Reclamation Sage. So let's see. I think we just play the Sage out and try to hit a land next turn. I don't really care about Precursor Golem. Not when I'm going to Craterhoof anyways. Alright, so he's going to tap his land here just to give the Wake Thrasher combo. Looks good so far. A lot of 5 mana cards in the opponent's hand. Alright, Sylvan Library. Seems fine. Let's just hit and land. Ah, he's attacking now. Interesting. Alright, I think we just let Tamiyo take 5. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Because now I can draw 2 cards here. If I draw a land, we just win. Turns out I didn't hit a land. Maybe I got greedy? Let's see. I can Xenagos. Man, I just really wanted a Craterhoof. That's unfortunate. I can Xenagos. Oh, I tapped incorrectly too. Shoot. Well, I'm just all kinds of fail today, aren't I? Well, that's unfortunate. I had to tap the Joraga Treespeaker, and then I would have been able to play the Consecrated Sphinx after adding 4 mana here. That's kind of awkward. Oh well. I guess I think twice first. See what I hit. Okay, that's not bad. Metamorph. Actually, that's really good. So now I can add the mana. Metamorph. Copy of the Acidic Slime. Kill an island. Alright. I found the line, don't worry. This is why you play this format, though. It's just super fun. Even though I've made quite a few mistakes this last few turns. Yeah, we'll leave 2 slimes back. Seems fine. The nice thing is, again, because your pool is so wide, you can build a completely different deck for the next game, even if you win. just if it has a better matchup against what your opponent's trying to do. Like, the fun thing next turn would be to add a bunch of mana with Xenagos, float a bunch of mana, cast Upheaval, replay a million things, and then just say go. But, again, Craterhoof is just so fun. And we know the opponent has a bunch of blanks in his hand. It's very possible that he plays an island here and passes to hold up Cryptic. Oh, just going to play a Shardless Agent, though. Seems fine. Hitting a Llanowar Elf. Okay, that's fine as well. So unless he has Pact of Negation or something in his hand, we're going to go for the Craterhoof play and just hit the opponent for a million. That's the game plan anyways. Let's see, I can add this. Play Looter first. Add 5 green. Cast Behemoth. Give all my creatures +6/+6 and trample. No! And we would have dealt a million to him. Alright. So there's game 1. I don't think I'm going to sideboard anything, and I think our deck is sweet. Maybe the Wicker Bow, actually. We saw Sylvan Library and Basalt Monolith that can deal with. Take out, like, Spell Pierce, I guess? No, we know he has, like, Cryptic and other fine things. Rex Sage seems good as well. I can probably cut Think twice. Alright, let's run it back and have some fun. Here we are for game 2 of this 2-player Legacy Sealed. And let's see what the opponent goes with. We have a pretty nice hand here. Turn one Wooded Foothills into Arbor Elf. And then we can play top and hold up Spell Pierce next turn. It's a little bit awkward that I'm not going to be able to get a red, but this is okay, because remember, only red card in our deck is Xenagos, the Reveler. So that's not a big deal. Ooh, Lotus Cobra's annoying. Lotus Cobra's definitely annoying. Let's play the top. Let's pass turn. Opponent's got a good ramp deck on their side as well. I can regrowth the Wooded Foothills if I want, to be able to get a red source, and then that also allows me to shuffle away cards with the top if we look at like 3 lands off the top or something silly. Oh, so this is sick. We get to Spell Pierce a Harrow. Kind of like Stone Raining the opponent there. Plus they had Harrow plus Lotus Cobra, which is insane. That's really good value for us. The opponent would have been able to play a 4-drop in addition. It took the pre-made mana. I don't know what that means. Oh, he sacked his untapped land, it looks like. Maybe? I don't know. Not sure what happened. I'll happily block here if the opponent attacks. Alright, untap. Look at the cards at the top. Ooh. Definite spicy ones. Yeah, I guess we just deep analysis next turn. That seems fine. Draw both of our fatty bombs. Probably going to top on upkeep. See if we can hit an island for our Vendilion Clique. Alright. Sylvan Library was hit off of the Cascade off Shardless Agent. Seems good. Take a hit for 1, or rather 2 here. Yeah, actually, if I'm going to flashback Deep Analysis, I guess I don't need to top. Because I'm going to be drawing most of the cards anyways. Or would I rather just click? That's a good question. I guess it's more valuable to get the more ramp if we can. Nice, we hit a battlement. So let's go like this. We don't need that land. Untap the forest. Play battlement. We'll have 7 mana next turn for Avenger, and then Avenger into Craterhoof Behemoth is again going to be pretty dang nice. Okay, the opponent played 4 life to draw another card off Sylvan Library. Adding a blue. Whisperwood Elemental, we do not care about that, really. Gonna take another 2 here. Wow, Xenagos with Avenger is also insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six, 7. Let's play Avenger. Get 5/01 plant tokens. The game plan is to go Xenagos into Craterhoof next turn. Seems good. Is this a plant? No, it's not a plant. Because I know Wall of Blossoms is a plant, so sometimes when you... Unless they errated it. Because sometimes when you... or when you play like a land with Avenger in play, and you have a Wall of Blossoms, it gets +1/+1. Alright. Opponent's still on mono green effectively, except for the Lotus Cobra, which is really nice. We don't have to really play around counters next turn. He has access to currently 6 mana. Alright, there's a Coalition Relic, which is a little bit worse for me, I guess. So maybe... 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we go Vendilion Clique into Xenagos to take a look at the opponent's hand. Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. He has 1 card in hand. He doesn't have access to double blue, so if he did have Pact of Negation, it wouldn't work. Alright, so... Xenagos... The Reveler. I have, what, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can actually afford to go like this first. Look at the top 3 cards. See if we can hit a draw. Or a creature, or a land, rather. We did not. Okay, so now I can... untap. Regrowth the Wooded Foothills. Play the Wooded Foothills. Yes. Pop the Wooded Foothills. Yes. Add infinite mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. Craterhoof. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have... I have 5, 11, 12 plant tokens that have trample, a 14/14 Craterhoof with trample, and a 14/14 Avenger of Zendikar with trample. Seems pretty fun. And just like that, folks, how's that for a Legacy Cube event for you? These events are very fun. They're 2-player. They fire super quickly, and if you wanna practice your cube sealed, that's one way to do it. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. We'll see you back next time, guys.
Thank you for watching Drafting with Numot. If you haven't already subscribed to Gathering Magic, you can do so to receive news of upcoming videos and discover new content. You can also check out our playlist that contains every episode of Drafting with Numot. And don't forget, you can easily watch the next video by clicking on the annotation on screen or a direct link in the video's description box. And as always, thanks for watching.